Hi, everybody. Welcome to Singularity Roleplay. Tonight we are playing campaign. We're finishing off our Locust campaign, which I called Autumn. I am Janie. I am the GM. I will bring it over to Rise to introduce yourselves in the character.
Hi, I'm Rise, otherwise known as
Rise.
Sean. Depending on what you want to call me, I don't care. Tonight I am playing Simon Islington, who is a perfectly normal individual with no hidden issues rooted in deep trauma at all.
Um, Next will be our favorite chaos monster. I mean, I shouldn't call you that.
I'm like, I think you mean me?
Yes, you have a million names. Never know what to call you.
I have 19 names. That's less than a billion, I think. I don't know. Math is hard. And what's wrong with chaos? Or monstrosity? I may or may not have the monster fucker pride flag saved on my computer right now. Hi everybody. Like Janie said, I have 19 names because Onomastics is a con game. One of my names is Emily Loretta Flemix, and I also use 3 different sets of pronouns. One set of pronouns I use, which are also the pronouns that my character uses, are bimbos, the bimbo pronouns. And I am playing your local transgender homeless piece of shit asshole bitch by the name of Moss.
Okay, and our last player, please.
Yeah. I'm M. I'm Timberdoodles. And I play Ben, a short and short-tempered redhead anarchist cowboy who works at NASA and carries a big gun. Um, and he has seen this shit too many times and is very tired.
And I'm Janie who came up with this. And we're going to actually start off with Ben because Ben was not here last session, did not see what happened. Um, Ben, can you describe your home for us, your house?
Uh, okay, so Ben kind of lives out in the middle of nowhere, Texas. Uh, Nice ranch style house. Uh, with very tall fences around it. This man has been paranoid for a while. Um, but yeah, wife, few kids, paranoid, very good dad, and he has been just his best self uh, since he's been home. Because he is not sure when he's gonna get yoinked away again. He's pretty sure he's gonna get yoinked away again. But yeah, very, very normal looking house, on the outside and on the inside, minus the decommissioned missile silo underneath, which is why I bought the property in the first place.
Everyone
Because
needs one of those.
you can't be a paranoid survivalist without a decommissioned missile silo that you turned into a panic bunker. Yeah, he's just been kind of going about his life, trying to pretend things are normal and fine while knowing things are not normal and fine and everything's surely going to go to shit soon enough.
Ben, you hear in one of the rooms in your house that hasn't been used in a while, you hear a very familiar movie playing. It's Titanic. It's playing.
His first thought is they both would have fit on the door. His second thought is the stars in the sky were wrong. And then kind of freezes in place and slowly starts to walk toward that room.
You see your friend D inside. The movie's playing, and they are like boarding up the windows in a row.
He kind of stops and just looks at her silently for a moment and around the room. And he suddenly looks very tired and just goes, "Why?"
No, I'm going to board you in here. You're not going anywhere this time.
I that I've heard this before though.
Yeah, and I'm going to board everything up. Just I'm just going to seal it all off.
So what about the rest of the people here?
I don't know how to help them all.
So that's it. Just me, not Liz, not the
No,
kids, just
Liz
me.
and the kids. No, I'm boarding the whole house up. Um I can help you all. Just I can't help everyone else.
So Dawn and everybody else just
Can you get him to come here so that he doesn't get swept up in this?
and the rest of the world burns.
Or do you? Well, I don't want it to burn, but I cannot help them all.
Again, he just looks very tired and he kind of turns like he might walk away.
Look, I want you to be safe. I don't want you to, um, because you shouldn't have to go back there again. You've already been there too many times.
Well, I'd also, and he whips around to look at her again. I would also like the world not to end.
But the brother Jody ended up getting killed, and that's kind of set that illusion.
All right. Who's the mastermind behind it all this time? Is it Sheila still? Is Sheila behind it all?
Her family.
Oh good. So we've got nepotism. Nepotism again.
Yeah.
Big shocker.
Are you going back?
Sounds like I don't have much choice.
You do have a choice.
Well, I'd rather try to fix it. I'd rather try to fix it than just let it burn.
Okay.
So if you will
Uh,
give me a moment, I will be
yeah.
back. And then, and he kind of sighs and very quietly says, and then we can go.
All right. Let me turn the movie off.
And Dee can hear him kind of walking through the house, talking to the other people who are there quietly before he comes back with his pack and his gun. And he still looks very tired, but he also looks very determined. All right. Well, let's get this fucking show on the road, I guess.
Um, she reaches into her pocket and pulls out that necklace that you haven't seen that's kind of disappeared. The blue
Is it
heart
the
one.
necklace I
Yeah,
suspect it is?
it is. And she's going to throw it, but not into the ocean because there's no ocean out there. But just because she's being dramatic, and the boat's going to show up, so you all can take the boat into town. It's a yellow boat, completely out of place. Just appears out of nowhere, but somehow blends in.
Yeah. Instant recognition from Ben.
This
Well,
way you can get out.
like I said, I'd rather fix it than let it burn.
And when they get on the boat, you just kind of see, if you look in, like, I've been probably noticed this, but the sky is, the stars are wrong again. Ben would recognize that from one time before when he got sucked into a sentient town. Then the sky was wrong.
Yeah, also just his line of work, he would notice that immediately. Do they look wrong in a familiar way though?
No, they're different.
But just this is not Earth sky.
No, it's Earth sky, but the the stars are not the right stars for where he lives.
Oh. So the constellations are from Earth, but they're not.
Yeah, they're incorrect, and some of the stars are missing.
Okay. I mean, he knows his constellations and where they should be at what time of year.
Mhm. It's
So where is he then?
winter, uh, southeastern Atlantic, probably. Not like the shore, most likely somewhere around there.
He kind of looks up and goes, "Well, we ain't in Kansas anymore. Texas, whatever." Oh, fuck me. And starts heading toward the boat.
And now we're going to switch over to, let's go to Simon. Simon, the it's completely dark where you are right now. But could you tell us what you were doing right before you got onto the bus at the very beginning of the series?
Well, he probably would have been going over all of the details and everything for the trip, making sure just how many students were supposed to be involved, lists of names, making sure everyone was there, make sure accommodations had already been set up for, you know, housing and food allowances and all this kind of thing. And just being very anal about all the details of this trip because he'd probably been over the whole thing a dozen times by that point, but one more time just to go over it and make sure.
So, yeah, I think he's the faculty. I can pronounce words today. Faculty member that was entrusted with the care of the students, right?
Yeah, he somehow got talked into that. Yeah.
And just it's really his responsibility to get them all there safely and back safely.
Yes, which has failed epically.
Okay. And Moss, what were you doing right before this lovely trip?
So right before this lovely trip, Moss was probably sitting around the parking lot where the bus was stored, um, making himself visible enough that those students who were Bo's clients, perhaps particularly like the sports teams, because that's who usually ends up using the school bus, um, could see him and several of them came over and bought various substances, which they were variously able to pronounce properly, and paid BIM in bits of money. Um, just for fun, I'll say that Bo's favorite college customer, a poet who is risking flunking out of the English department because their poetry is just so good, came and bought some 21B designer hallucinogen. Um, there's a whole series of designer hallucinogens called 21 letter, 21A, 21B, 21C, 21D. That's real world knowledge for y'all. But bought some with a slam poem. That was the last sale made before B had to hide the stash
Okay.
and appear to be semi-normal.
I will say that one of the football player that was on the trip with you all bought drugs from you too. Substances, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
what did he buy?
The same stuff that Maddie overdosed on.
Of course.
Okay. So now that we've had that nice and cheerful,
It's a very cheerful game, y'all. That's Locust for you. Locust will put a smile on your face.
um, Simon and Moss, you're both stuck in a dark wasteland where every once in a while Autumn will come just to troll you. Autumn, as in the red haired woman who apparently is evil and hates you all. And as you are just in the dark nothingness, you see a bright yellow boat just stop in front of you.
Have I begun hallucinating now? I've read that intense sensory deprivation can do that.
This isn't a sensory deprivation hallucination. You hear the rhythm of your heartbeat and all of those.
So that's really a boat.
Probably something that she wants to, another way to try to get a reaction out of us.
It makes less sense every time, I swear.
Maybe it means it's working. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm just not going to react.
I mean, really, how is one expected to react to a rather interestingly colored boat simply appearing in front of them? It's an interesting thought experiment, I suppose.
Are you wanting to react? You're the one who has hope we can get out of here, right?
Suppose I don't see the point at this juncture.
If I may, about
Yeah.
that moment, the cabin door pops open and Ben steps out and he kind of looks between the two. Uh, all right, get in, losers. We're getting the fuck out of here.
Okay.
I told you, Autumn, I'm not going to react. Do whatever you want, but you're not going to get my hopes up.
Oh, I wasn't here to get anybody's hopes up. We're probably all gonna die.
Well, that would be at least something.
But, keep the world from burning down and all that.
Why
Or
would
you
I
could
want to
just
do that?
stay here. Look, I'm cynical and all, but I'm not that kind of nihilistic. look, do you want to stay here or, you know, have literally anything change?
Uh, you know what? It's something different. So tired of the dark. Slowly kind of stand up and make their way over to the weird boat hallucination.
Right. Well, I guess the whole standing here thing isn't working, so might as well try.
So are you both climbing onto the boat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as you're both on the boat, you can hear Autumn yelling, "Not so fast!" And a missile. The roll was terrible, so she missed. Completely missed the boat.
Ben kind of flinches down for a second and then watches it soar over and
Yeah.
goes, "Geez, you funded by SpaceX or what?" And then, "All right, let's get inside and get the fuck out of here."
As soon as you all are in and you know how to work the boat, you can get them out.
Yeah,
Where are you?
it's it's like it's practically like he built this thing. Um, is there still an Australia button? Please tell me there's still an Australia button.
Yes, yes.
I love that so much.
So where do you send everyone to?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because you
That's a good
probably, well, I don't know what you want to do. So
well, has there been any indication of, base of operation for Sheila's, nepotism operation?
the town of Autumn.
Oh, well, probably the, last place we wanna go, but, the one place we'll be able to actually do anything.
There's also the town that the college was in.
Oh. Ben
Or any,
kinda looks around. "Gee, I don't suppose you have any input for us?"
she's not there.
This ain't my field. Look, I'm a science person. This ain't my field. Flippin' arcane supernatural bullshit.
It's completely up to you all where you go.
He kinda looks to the others, he's like, "Alright, Autumn, are we going back to college?"
Moss just sort of sits there, like muscles in the face slack, eyes dead. Moss gave up at the end of the last session, so just kind of half-heartedly shrugs.
Does it matter? It certainly feels like that no matter where we go, we always end up back in the same place. Or something equally as dismal and terrible.
"Yeah, well, you wanna just flip a coin then?"
I'm still confused about why you're here and why
"Yeah,
you know so much about what's going on. If you actually know anything, or you're not just a figment of someone's imagination.
well, been caught up in this before, twice." And he kinda sighs again. "Alright, well,
Well, if that's the
uh,
case, then why don't you explain what's going on?
well, A friend of mine sacrificed herself to save her friends and became a sentient town. After well, and then a bunch of colonizers showed up, and as they do, ruined it for everyone. And now here we are.
That explained absolutely nothing, just so you know.
Like I said, not my field with the supernatural bullshit.
Made sense to me.
It's complicated. Is there anything on the boat that would give him any clue as to where he should go?
Okay, I'll just have I'll have Maddie slash D return. Just kind of blink back into place because she's a ghost. Um, so you just want to sit here?
Yeah,
Uh,
that was my plan.
I
How is
mean,
this
like I
different
said,
than
I'll
any
flip a
prejudice?
coin.
Okay, well, I'll explain what I can since you all are still really confused.
How could one not be confused?
Yeah, what they said. I mean, I've been here before, and I still can't. I mean, I can't.
Well, with Autumn, of some very terrible stuff happened in the town, and it's just a place of misery. And sorry, Janie's brain just flew out the window. Um, oh my gosh, why can't I explain this? She's trying to explain the concept of there being such a traumatic event happening that it makes the whole area cursed.
Sounds like my life.
Sounds like half of Europe.
Yeah,
Well,
So, ghosts. We're talking about ghosts.
well, ghosts that can kill you.
Some sort of genius loci.
Yeah.
so we what do something to return it to its pre-cursed state?
It's kind of hard to do that when um, you have to resolve the trauma somehow.
No, anybody know any demon therapists?
Oh
We
yes, let
could
me
do
just hit
something.
the Vatican on the horn.
We could do something more traumatic. Maybe that'll oversee the previous trauma.
Like killer.
Kill who?
Yeah, we tried that before, and now here we are.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like she's already dead. And personally, I have not done extensive research on exorcism.
So we have to resolve the trauma. What's the trauma?
The whole town was well, wasn't originally a town. It was um a D slash Maddie just kind of frowns for a little while, not really wanting to think about it. It was destroyed. Everybody was killed, and they built the town, and then the town was also destroyed.
Wasn't there
Remember?
a lake here?
No, that was no. The lake is another place.
So we have to resolve the trauma of everyone dying. Seems hopeful.
Not even for the life of me grasp how such a thing would be possible. Other than
Oh,
possibly to tell the ghosts to get the fuck over themselves.
the um. I mean, I could try to tell her that, but she kind of hates me. I guess
She
she hates the
being Sheila?
no Autumn
Why
Ah,
does she
good.
hate you?
because I burned down her house.
Well, I suppose that's probably valid.
I
Do
see.
we just gotta build her a new house? Fill
Doesn't
it
need a
with
new. She's
little
evil.
fill it with little dolls that look like the townsfolk. That
She's evil.
so am I. What's your point?
Different kind of evil. What, so you don't think you can kill her? You don't think you could solve the trauma of colonialism?
That might be a larger than our capabilities, I think.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, but I wonder if you hit their current seat of power, would that help? You think?
They have a current seat of power.
What, like a actual physical location?
It wouldn't happen to be somebody that Sheila was cozying up to previously, would it?
That's her family business because that's her family.
So the dead people have a family business.
No, it's my brain isn't working tonight. I'm sorry. When their kids take all of their earnings and build businesses and do evil stuff because they can.
Aye, good old silver spoons.
Yeah,
That
you know.
just that just sounds like white culture.
Have you looked at your school's flyer at all? Any of the information about your school?
What about it?
I don't
She,
suppose Ben can get any reception on his phone.
yeah, he can, and he can see that the school was founded by uh, William Patman, which is Sheila's father.
Oh, he's gonna want to dig into that.
Um, and that they have a lot of money. They fund a lot of stuff in the town, including the bus for the trip.
Yeah, he finds that and he gets this kind of long suffering look on his face and goes, "Well, what a fucking shocker." Um He's gonna try and see if he can trace the money back to find out where it originally came from. Because,
It's
yeah, it gets passed down generation to generation, but
mhm.
originally it had to come from somewhere.
It came from, it was made with colonizing and, making people work for them for free.
Again, Ben has this long suffering and slightly disgusted look on his face, like, oh, well, I wish I were surprised. Can't say I am. And he kind of tells the others what he's found, tells Simon, tells Moth.
Now do you see why I burned down her house?
Yeah,
No, who are you?
well, I,
I am Madison.
Like Wisconsin?
No, I was born in autumn and I left right before it got destroyed for the last second time.
So what? You later died and decided to keep haunting the place?
Oh no, I died somewhere else and I haunted that place and I sucked Ben and some friends in and they kind of, you know, they talked to me, they became my friends. We kind of told me it's not cool to, trap people in.
Did each
Which
other's hair, gossiped about boys and girls and non binary folk.
yeah, we
Yeah,
did some of
whatever your
that.
preferences.
But yeah, there was a discussion and there was some violence, the discussion, and I
we
don't have people in towns anymore.
uh, we killed the mayor. He came back.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, that was
So you're
a whole.
what? Some kind of reformed evil demon?
Yeah. I wasn't was I that evil? I mean, I only trapped a lot of people in the town for a really long time.
I
I think
I
that
I'd say misguided.
sounds like it falls rather well under the definition of evil,
Well, I
personally. But
didn't torture people. I just gave them what they wanted.
by trapping them.
That's torture.
Look,
Anyway, moving on.
yes, please.
Well, I won't do it
So
again.
if you seem to be rather well acquainted with how all of this works, how would one go about destroying you if it were you? If you were Sheila, whatever name is real.
Um, you could um what was it? Some kind of chamber. What was that chamber been? So
Oh, the vacuum chamber?
yeah, that thing.
You too.
Oh,
Or
yeah, and we wound up making a worse monster.
that's true. Or like um just enough damage.
I don't suppose talking would do anything.
You could try, but
I mean, is there like a physical tether, anchor?
physical form. 'Cause physical forms can die.
Yeah, but like I said, we killed the mayor and he came back.
Yeah.
Y'all are doing a great job of figuring out how to solve this thing.
Look, what do you want from me? I do rocket science. Like I said, this is not under my purview.
Do you have a rocket? But firing a rocket at her killer?
I don't think so. Also, setting up a launch would be a fucking nightmare. I'm
Okay,
with
it was an idea.
NASA. I'm with NASA, not the other people. We have regulations.
Is there perhaps some kind of family holding, some such that has been around since those times? Maybe something of that nature is an anchor of sorts that this spirit is tethered to.
Maybe an heirloom.
Uh,
Maybe it's
drink.
at the bottom of the sea, having been thrown there or by an old lady after she recounted her most traumatic memory to a researcher on a boat.
I love that
Just thought of
movie.
Titanic.
That's my
Trinket, a
favorite.
mausoleum, anything.
I think we're gonna watch Titanic again.
Oh God.
Terrible movie.
It's my favorite movie.
Are they completely beyond reason?
Who the people on Titanic?
No, Autumn.
I mean,
Oh, I don't
Like,
know.
has
She's
anybody tried talking to them?
Sounds like you've done it once, Ben. So
I'm like the worst person to do that, but if nobody's tried that,
okay. I'm gonna go make some popcorn. I'll be back.
uh, and Ben kind of gestures helplessly toward her, like, "Why are you leaving?"
well,
I'm just going down to the
complete,
kitchen.
complete airhead of a ghost. Very well, that's a lot of help. Fine. If we want to try and talk to this monstrosity, fairly certain we can just walk right out there and do it.
Personally, I'd rather go somewhere a little less voidy.
Well, you are in charge of the boat.
All right. Well, I guess to Autumn we go. Unless y'all would rather go somewhere else.
I don't see a
Seems
difference.
precisely.
All right. Well, set a course and all that. Make it so.
We get to autumn right away, which is it's actually it's nighttime there, so there's no sun, and but the streets all look perfect. There's nobody on them. Just a perfect small town.
Are there even any lights on in any of the
Yeah,
buildings?
yeah, the lights are on. Just
Is there
nobody's.
any sign of movement in any of the buildings, or is it just totally?
Yeah, there's people inside the buildings. Just nobody's on the street right now. It's after 5, so they
What is
close it.
this? Is this a curfew?
No, it's just everything closes at 5. Dinner time.
Okay.
Oh, this is like nightmarish. Leave it to Beaver.
There's not even any fast food.
Yeah. Well,
All right then. Let's see if we can't parlay with the evil spirit demon.
I don't suppose that that one room full of goodies is still on the boat.
Oh no, it's still there.
There's a room we might want to go to first. It's kind of like an armory, a random. It's kind of like a room of holding. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna find. I think we should go there first. Might get some useful out of it. And he kind of tilts his head and gestures for Simon and Moss to follow as he heads down a hallway, which the boat is way bigger on the inside than it should by all by any logic be. But he heads down the hallway toward a room just full of all kinds of different stuff.
Of course, this nonsensical contraption has a nonsensical armory. Well, what do we have in here?
There is there is leaning up against the wall, and Ben kind of pauses and looks at it like he's thinking about it. Um, a spent javelin missile launcher. Um, and he kind of looks at it longingly for a second and then sighs and looks back to the rest of the stuff in the room like he's looking for something that might be useful.
Janie, what's laying around the room?
Guns and grenades and swords and
There's a slushy machine too, if I recall correctly.
no, it was a soda machine. Yeah, soda
Oh,
machine.
that's right. There is a soda fountain.
Moss gets himself a soda.
Oh, here we go. Ben sees Bim going for the soda machine and kind of holds up one finger. Uh, just so you know, that's a little bit of a roll of the dice. Not dangerous, but might be unpleasant. So, yeah,
I mean,
take your
I
chances.
how do you think I sort out my stash when it gets mixed up? I grab a cup and start filling
Basically,
it.
the machine. You can select the soda, but something completely random comes out of it. You can't really guess what's going to happen, what's going to come out of the machine. It's just a chaos soda fountain.
Well, B clicked Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Um, let me see what this is going to be. Cheer wine.
Sheer wine, is that what you said?
Cheer wine. CHEERWINE.
Cheer wine. That's different from sheer wine.
A little bit.
Just a bit. Just a wee bit. So what happens when I drink it?
It's just cheer wine. It's not Mountain Dew Baja Blast. It's just something completely different.
Oh, cheer wine is a real drink. I
Yeah.
had no
It is,
idea.
yeah. It's a soda.
Just drinks it, looks at it, shrugs, drinks it more.
You know what? There's also a teddy bear in the pile. And whenever somebody walks by, it says, "You're my best friend."
Ben kind of pauses and narrows his eyes at it and goes, "Your name's not Chucky, is it?"
It just laughs and it says, "Let's play games together."
It's like some sort of demented little Teddy Ruxpin.
Now, I'm going to let you all know this is an actual toy that exists. So there's nothing spooky about it other than
its inherent creep factor.
Yeah. There's an actual children's baby toy that exists. It just goes off randomly.
Um, Moss, it appeals to the asshole side of Moss. So Moss is gonna find a strap on something, maybe a gun, and sort of unclip it, clip it to the bear on two sides, and sling it over Bo's shoulder, so that it's the bear is bouncing along on Bo's back.
Sure.
Son, what are you going to pick for your weapon?
Simon doesn't know how to use any weapons.
But you still can pick.
Absolutely.
I mean, is there a fire thrower in there? I feel like Simon might be attracted to the fire thrower.
I mean, he literally knows does not know how to use any weaponry. He does not want to touch guns and things. He's not interested.
Ben is digging through the pile, and he pulls out a bowling trophy, and he looks at it, and he kind of looks at Simon. You know, you could always. It's not technically a weapon, but if push comes to shove, you could always take a swing.
Yeah, that's quite all right.
Well, all right then.
Moss will also pick up a semi-automatic pistol, and a knife.
There's also a baseball bat.
Ben does pause when he sees the baseball bat. He's already got his revolver. He's already got like a big survival knife on the other side of his belt. But he does kind of pause when he sees the baseball bat and pick it up. And he looks at Simon again. You sure? You don't even want, you know? I mean, if nothing else, you could use it to break a window or something.
Play games.
No, I'm quite all right. I don't need a weapon.
Is there anything you would like to take into battle with you?
Only what I have on me. Which, unless my stuff got taken before, he still has his lighter and a bunch of lighter and some lighter fluid and things like that.
Yeah, he still
And he
has
has
that.
his pocket knife.
I'm basically giving everybody a bonus to kill this thing with. That's why I was. I'm just. If he wants more lighters and fire stuff, that could be there too.
I
I
thought
thought
I
I was
had some.
suggesting a flamethrower.
Yeah.
I don't suppose the homemade flamethrower Ben had is in there.
You know what? It's in there.
Ooh.
But yeah, I'm basically letting you all choose a weapon because reasons.
Yeah, amongst the pile, Ben, digs out some stuff and he hoists up uh, a cobbled together leaf blower with a handheld blowtorch hooked to the end with like some steel hose clamps. He goes, oh, well, this brings back memories.
I told y'all there was a lot of violence.
There was man eating corn, too. It didn't really seem to care for fire.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Well, that's certainly a thing.
Really, you don't want you don't want anything, just fisticuffs.
Look, I have never used a weapon in my life. I have no idea how to do any of this stuff, most likely. And if you hand something like that to me, there's a fairly good chance that whatever that thing is would not be the only thing that got burnt. Let me just say that.
That is kind of why I suggested the baseball bat.
Fine. I will
You
take
know what, Simon? You know what
baseball.
they did to my? You know what they did to me? They burned my whole town down. They like firebombed it basically.
It's rather rude.
Yeah, it was. But I'm over it now,
Did it work?
pretty much.
Didn't seem to work here.
Yeah, I think this is a little bit more powerful than I was.
Ben has gone silent. He actually looks a little guilty.
What's your deal, Simon?
What?
We've been playing with fire this entire time we've been in the town, and now people are like, "Here, cause fires better," and you're like, "Nah." What's your deal?
Because once things get started, then sometimes they don't stop.
Now, one of those don't want to give in to the temptation things, huh?
Oh no, I want to. I would be quite happy to burn this whole boat around us. To just sit and watch the embers and the smoke and the flames and not care who was in it at the time.
I knew I liked you.
That's a lie.
Don't tell me what I knew.
Right. Well, this
Fine,
is
give me
gonna go
give me the stupid
swimmingly.
baseball bat. Silly game, baseball.
Yeah, boring as shit. Well, we gonna go try to talk to a what? Demon, ghost, demon ghost. I don't know.
You're gonna have to come up with a term for, that.
Guess we just call them Autumn. I mean, if that's their name.
You're the one with the plan here.
He doesn't actually say anything. He just laughs and starts to head back toward the cabin of the boat.
On the way out, I will grab, like, I don't know, a shirt, something made of cloth, and he's just going to kind of start tearing it into strips as he's walking, shoving them into his pocket.
Moss will be the last one out. Look at Simon as he walks away and say to himself, not very loud, "Now you're getting in the spirit." And reach down and pick up the flamethrower and follow.
Okay. So you're gonna roam the streets and with your weapons and your preparations for weapons. Just like wait for Autumn to ask what you're doing on her streets. Is that what
Uh,
the plan is?
yeah, Ben does pause. Uh, Now, if you want to, and he kind of glances toward the flamethrower, want to keep that pointed down first, because we are here to talk first. Hopefully, hopefully. And he kind of sighs. Before stepping outside. But he does stop for a minute to see if there is any kind of immediate reaction.
Um, are you looking at who immediate reaction from who?
From Autumn. Like if there's any immediate reaction from the town in general.
Yeah, When you step out, the street lights come on, or they turn off, and then they like come on dramatically as Autumn walks towards the boat.
Ben does have the big revolver and the big knife, but he keeps them on his belt, and he keeps his hands away from him. And he kinda looks at Autumn and nods a little bit. Howdy.
Oh, hi. You want to get out of here, please? I've asked politely.
I was actually hoping we could talk about a bigger picture thing.
You can talk, but then you need to get out of here. I know if I try to kill you, your little friend will come after me again. So you just need to go. We'll get to
Well,
talking.
what's it take? What's it take to keep the world from burning?
Uh, Moss just shakes Bo's head. He doesn't think that's a worthwhile goal, but not saying anything, just shaking Bo's head.
Well, why would I want to keep it from burning? Everyone loves a good bonfire.
Yeah, but not really fun to put your hand on the stove.
Well, that's your own fault, isn't it?
Sometimes it's nice to feel things.
Well, why don't you come back over here, Moss? Work with me.
I know I'm a dingleberry on the ass of the universe. You think you're important. I'll pass.
Well, I know I'm important.
That's my point. I'll pass.
Go
And
get your.
nobody else is.
I mean, not really.
Why important?
Because this is all mine.
That somehow makes you important.
Well, what do you have other than a couple of dirty old books and
Oh,
a
I don't
lighter?
have much of anything. We're
Pretty
not
sure my
talking about.
books are dirtier than his.
I
Yeah,
do have a copy of the Kama Sutra. It's quite enlightening.
yeah, collecting dust.
But we're not talking about me. You're the one with the advanced superiority complex.
Yeah. Um. So is that all?
I'm just curious as to your justification. Call it a theoretical thought exercise.
And kinda tilts his head towards Simon and nod like, yeah, that's a good point. He would like an explanation on that.
Well, this is all mine. I come
Again,
from
that
a
is not a
family.
basis for importance of any sort. That is merely autocracy. Tyranny does not make one important, it makes one an asshole.
Right, but I have more power than you have.
You're merely just making my point for me. That doesn't make you important. It makes you an asshole.
It
Well,
tends to not be so much having power as what you do with it.
You're important to yourself, but to no one else. Which I'm sure must sting, considering your own inflated opinion of yourself, the fact that everyone else thinks you're just really laughable.
if I want more people. I just get them. I take them. I take what I want and who I
Again,
want.
Is that really
asshole.
fulfilling, though? To have to take people rather than them wanting to be near you or with
Yep.
you? Wouldn't it be better for them to want to be with you?
Mm, I mean, it's the same thing either way.
No, it's
I'm
not.
honestly, I'm
You're just,
honestly rather embarrassed now.
you're just people.
This whole time here, I've actually been frightened of the things you could do and who you were.
If they're just people, then why do you want them here so badly?
'Cause I like to be in charge.
So you can be in charge or so that you're not alone.
Yeah, I wouldn't be alone if people would just, you know, stay to play longer instead of dying. They get boring when they die. They just do the same things over and over again.
Much like you're doing.
Well, I have fun.
I don't know, you seem rather boring to me. Boring
Well,
and
let's go.
pathetic.
Let's go get some more people.
Why on earth would I want to do that?
It's fun.
But I thought you just said
No.
it got boring.
No, the people get boring eventually.
Well, maybe it will
Well,
be
you're
less
boring.
boring if instead of taking them, they wanted to be near you. That would be different, wouldn't it?
I suppose. But I'm just used to if I want something, I get it.
I mean, kids are like that.
Yeah.
I was
And
like
when I
that when I was a kid, and I look back and was like, what a little shit I was sometimes.
well, everybody when I was a kid, everybody just gave me what I wanted to make me happy.
God, save us from spoiled little pretentious shits. You had horrible parents.
No, just really rich.
I don't see a difference.
Okay, so should I just banish you or kill you? I'm feeling generous today.
My God, do something that's not boring.
Ben kind of glares at Simon a little bit.
Such a predictable.
Like, you could be better than your parents. You could be a lot better than your parents. And you could have a lot more than you have now. And you could have a lot more without taking it.
So you mean like the whole East Coast?
No, I mean actual friends. Doesn't that sound better than having just mindless people walking around doing whatever people who want to people who are with you and near you because they want to be?
I don't think I've had that before.
It's nice.
Like those people want to be around you?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a lot.
My Moss just breaks out laughing.
And again, Ben kind of glares at Ben, but look, I don't have a lot of those people because I'll admit I'm I'm kind of an asshole, but the ones I do have, yeah, it it's really nice. They're really nice. You should try it.
So you're offering to help me take over the Eastern Seaboard.
No.
As they're talking, Simon is kind of like sitting on something, some random thing, and he's kind of like worked the top off of one of the lighter fluid balls and is sliding strips of cloth down into it.
Yeah. Moss is going to walk forward and just sort of casually drop the flamethrower next to Simon as I pass, and say to Autumn, starting to formulate a theory here.
Get up for that.
I don't think you actually believe you're important. I think you're more like me.
And why would
You,
you like you?
I'm starting to think that you are pulling people down to your level in an desperate attempt to prove you can be no better than you are. That
Mm,
you have been given everything in your life and never thought that you had any value beyond those things. And now those things are gone, and you know that you're empty and hollow, with no feelings but envy and jealousy. And so you seek out people and make them worse for the cold momentary comfort of knowing that everyone is as much of a shithole as you are.
Okay, first, Moss, that is going to be, I think it's a role for you. I'm not sure. I gotta look that up.
Trying to make a roll?
I've got to see what it's got to be because that wasn't bad. It was just that was good. Um, I closed it accidentally.
But while you're doing that, Moss is gonna like look over the Bo's shoulder at Ben and just laugh and say, "You're taking the wrong tack, I think." She doesn't believe she can have friends. She doesn't believe friends exist. And she's right.
Well, I'd really like to see you all suffer. That's what I really would like to see.
Well, everyone here.
Um, so you are going to make. Now I got to look at your card.
And I'm guessing this is like repulsion, maybe temper.
Yeah, re- like repulsion.
All right. And is it easy, medium, or hard?
You did a really good job with that, so I'm going to say easy.
Yay! That will be a 1, a 2, and a 6, which I believe means I succeed.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Just barely.
Yeah, you just kind of that really affected her. Let me see what kind of damage that dealt to her. You knocked out some of her defenses.
Um, as I'm like looking over my shoulder, talking to Ben, my eyes are gonna shoot over to Simon, just make sure that he's continuing his activities,
Mm-hmm.
and then turn back and just walk closer to Autumn. Like I said, you're right. Nobody's important. Nothing has any value. You are an accident and a failure. You're only achievement in all of your life was to shatter the dreams of others. And for once in my life, step closer, I actually do feel better than someone. Step closer. Because I, step closer, destroyed the hopes and dreams of someone who actually loved
Okay, do the roll again.
me. Repulsion again?
Yes.
Or, okay. Easy, medium, hard?
Sorry.
Is it easy, medium, or hard?
This is easy.
2, 5, 6. So another 6.
Okay. You just
Gosh.
she's not shrieking, but you can just tell that you're just chipping away at these insecurities. You can even hear her say, "My daddy said I'm important."
And your daddy's dead. Did you kill him?
No.
No, because if you killed him, you would have had to matter to him.
Wow. You're just gonna just hear of all.
God
I
dang.
wish I had a soundboard so that I could do emotional damage.
I think we're just letting Moss cook at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
Moss just found the self-hatred and just turning it into a weapon.
Right?
Yeah, Ben's like, look, I know how to be an asshole, but I also don't know how to people, so I'm gonna step back.
Yeah, I was expecting you all to like to get a giant sword or something or a gun or something and do that, but no, this is causing some damage.
See, I'm pretty sure Stanza, after she finally kicked me out, managed to pull herself together, pull herself out of the bottle. Maybe she gave up poetry. Maybe she cries at night thinking that she should have stuck with it, but I bet she has an office job that makes her a decent amount of money. Step forward, and that she never, step forward, thinks about me. Step forward, ever. Step forward, and until we were inside you, step forward, none of us had any idea you exist.
Okay, another roll.
Easy again, repulsion again.
Yeah, no, this is easy.
I wanted another 6 just because I wanted 666, but this is still a success with a 4 because I have repulsion 3.
It's raining now. Because she's crying, so it's raining.
So what are you going to do now?
Um,
And when I say that, I motion behind my back to Simon.
well, sure, all that might have had some kernel of truth to it, but You all should just go, and I'll just get some more friends. And well, you don't need to know what's going to happen.
I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna put my hand on her cheek. I'm gonna say, "No, you're not. You don't deserve friends, and you know it. Toys are the best you can hope for."
Y'all, where are my toys?
You break your toys. You don't fix them. You don't keep them around to play longer. I'm actually gonna reach behind her head and grab her hair and like pull her hair.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? Shit. You don't care enough about them to keep them in good condition to play with them again.
And you're pulling her hair.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be an attack, right?
Okay. I'm rolling what? Temper, frailty.
Frailty.
Is it easy, medium, or hard?
That is medium.
Well, Moss has a frailty of 1, so all
But
3 of the
don't
dice
you have
for
like
a
a bill,
success.
don't you have like a million willpower?
All 3 of the dice for a success. It
Oh,
was frailty of 1 means I only fail on when I roll a 1.
okay. Um,
And yes, I have 26 willpower.
so that does hurt her, and you could see some of the leaves come off of the trees.
Remember I said you were like me? I know that because this, pull her face to my face, feels really good. And then just turn around and just drag her in the direction of Simon.
Simon has got the little canister of lighter fluid, the little metal, the little metal bottles they can bottle, whatever. Canister, the rag sticking out of it, clicks the lighter, lights the wick, and just kind of underhand tosses it to Moss.
Ben at this point is watching in horror and is not sure if he should interfere or not.
Moss catches it, turns to Simon, says, "You know, should probably make some sort of dramatic," and then smashes it on top of Bottom's head and just says, "Speech, but that sounds boring," and drops her before the flames can lick Moss's hand.
One moment.
Yo, this game got me called a monster by my date friend in the chat.
Usually Ben's the one setting things on fire. Holy crap.
Yeah. I'm looking at the wrong person. Sorry, I was looking at the cards, the character sheets. And I was looking at the wrong sheet.
While you're looking at sheets, I just want to do a quick check with the group. Everyone okay since I let myself go kind of dark and mean and monstrous there?
I'm good.
Okay.
It's kind of what one expects in Locus.
Yeah.
That's valid. But, in my games, I use the O question mark card to check in on people. So I thought I would do that to Vamp
Certainly.
while Janie looks at things.
Certainly.
Okay, so I did a frailty roll for her to try to get away. But this is before, she got hit over the head with the bottle. So she does manage just to turn a little bit, but not get away before she gets hit over the head with the bottle.
So that means
Um,
the bottle hits her in the face.
but yeah, yep. But as the flames get on her, you notice that the trees catch on fire.
Hmm. Just drop her in the. Like I said, I drop her in the dust right after I smash her head in, and just walk away without looking. I promise not to think about you ever again.
But that didn't kill her. Sorry.
I mean, Moss's role is done. Moss
Okay.
is handing the action over to Simon and Benjamin with that.
But yeah, the more the flames get on her, the more the town burns.
I wonder if it goes both ways. And he'll pick up this flamethrower contraption thing and point it at a building or a tree, whatever is closest by, and shoot it with that to see if the opposite effect is also true.
Okay, so that would be a get your weapon or weapon. I cannot talk. I don't know what happened to my words today.
Who needs words? There's an entire Depeche Mode song about how words will only hurt.
Very true.
So
Um,
I'm pretty sure that song is about like you don't need to say that you're gay. We can stay in a relationship.
I'm just trying to figure out what you have to roll. Sorry, I should know this by now.
You're fine.
No worries, Janie.
Real good. I now have Depeche Mode in my head, which is never a bad thing.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I mean, I'd like Depeche Mode in my head.
Ben though looks horrified because he has seen this before.
Yep.
I'm curious if this would fall under my expertise with fire starting.
Yeah, you can do that. Go for it. This is the last episode. Go for it.
Okay, because that makes whatever check it is automatically easy.
Yeah.
And there's a 4, 5, and a 6, so it doesn't matter what you pick. That's a success.
Um.
Somebody cue up the Prodigy.
Right?
Yeah, those are successes. Yeah, because you had to roll higher than them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are successes. Um. Yeah. So you happen to aim it at your closest to mayor's house, and that catches on fire, like spectacularly on fire. And you just, Sheila, I mean, not Sheila, I got the wrong character. Autumn is screaming. Also, you can see some of the buildings of the town sort of look older and more burnt, like the illusions kind of, you're seeing what the town would look like after it was severely burned. Y'all are doing this quicker than I thought.
I mean, Moss unleashed the power of self-hatred.
Yeah, down to like that took down the defenses. So you've got Autumn burning alive. You got the town burning. What's next?
Simon is just moving on to whatever is next in line now.
She's burning it all down.
Hmm.
You know what? This is the bank, so go ahead and do another roll for burning the bank down.
What attribute is it?
I was going. I was thinking maybe it would be like clumsiness.
Okay, that my highest is a 3, but that would pass for clumsiness because my clumsiness is
Yeah.
a 2.
So you're burning the place where all the money is.
As far as I'm concerned, it's more like Monopoly money. It's not real anyway, so.
Okay. Ben, what are you doing as the town and Autumn burn?
He kind of has this 1,000-yard stare for a moment because he's been here before.
Yeah, it looks really, really familiar. And
Yeah,
if you're watching, you don't know, Ben previously did this exact same thing.
and it didn't end.
No.
And is he desperately tries to get Simon's attention. This did not stop. We did this before. It didn't stop. It happened again. What are you doing?
Completely ignoring you. That's what he's doing at the moment.
Um, Ben, can you roll I guess ignorance? Easy?
He's Oh, that's a yes I can. Uh I have an ignorance of 1 and I got a 1, 2, and 6, so that's his best trait
This is
You
always
can
like you're asking everyone to roll on their like best stats.
Yeah, right?
for once. I mean, the man has multiple PhDs and works at NASA, but he's a total asshole. So
In this group, an asshole?
I
What?
know, right?
Yeah, no. Yeah, repulsion and temper are not our best qualities in anyone. So,
No, but ignorance, yeah, I got a 1, a 2, and a 6.
well, you can see Autumn starting to get up.
Yeah, he actually it looks at Simon and Moss. Uh, she is standing back up.
Moss will stop. Slowly turn around.
She's like covered in, there's flames all around her. Her hair kind of blends into the flames. It looks really cool, but probably not what you want to see right now.
Feels good to finally know your place, huh, Autumn?
Burn with me. And she's going to try to tackle you.
Remember, I've been walking away this whole time.
Right now, she's running towards you now.
Um,
So,
I will get out of the way.
well, what is your clumsiness or no frailty? I'm sorry. What's your frailty?
Frailty would be if I took a hit, right? Clumsiness would be getting out of the way. But my
Oh,
frailty is 1.
right. What's the clumsiness?
2.
Okay.
Am I rolling clumsiness?
Yeah.
Okay. Three, four, six. Every single one of them a success. As I dodge out of the way, I will just say, "Too late. I already burned out."
She's going to go after you again.
Get out of the way again. Three, 6, 6. This is getting boring.
Okay. Is anybody else doing anything?
At this point, Ben, while she is distracted, is going to try and tackle her from the side. And he is wearing a duster coat that is very nicely fire resistant because he's been there before too. He like none of the others have seen it, but he does have burn scars down his right side. So he didn't want that happening again. But he is going to try and tackle Autumn from the side to stop her.
Okay, can you roll, please? The
Uh,
dice hate me tonight, so I'm sure you'll do great.
Is it
Frailty?
possible to help someone in this system?
Not really.
Is it frailty?
Yeah, yeah. No, there's clumsiness.
Oh, clumsiness. Okay.
Frailty if you get hit. Or if you hit.
Well, I have a clumsiness of 3, and I rolled a 6, and a 3.
Yes, you were able to tackle my monster that was supposed to last a lot longer than this. Um, and you're not catching on fire because you have the fireproof duster. Anybody else want to damage this poor, sweet, defenseless little town? This is done nothing wrong ever.
I feel like by this point, the whatever propane tank or whatever is probably about empty. So Simon just kind of drops it and starts walking back towards the others.
Moss, anything?
Moss is looking at Simon, nodding approvingly.
He's got this kind of very almost glazed look on his face, like he's not all there at the moment.
When he gets close enough, Moss is going to say, "That's the look. That's the look." And look
Yep.
down at the flaming body underneath Benjamin and say, "That's the look of someone who knows that the world would rather they never existed. Just like us." Like kneel down, look her right in the eyes and say, "Just like us."
Can she grab you?
I think it's more up to Benjamin than me.
At,
Like she's
at the
like, Moss
same
is
at
close
the
enough.
same time, Ben does kind of move because he did tackle her. He also moved to use the duster since it has a long tail on it to kind of smother the flames a little bit.
Okay, so the town is smokier and autumn is not as burning.
I mean, there's no way he's gonna just put it out and undo the
Yeah.
damage.
Okay.
I think the question though, Ben, is are you on top of her in such a way that she can't grab me?
She might probably not. She might be able to grab.
Okay.
I'm going to
He's
try
not
to.
completely pinning her down.
She doesn't.
Notice the attempt. See, when you know that the world would rather you had never existed, lean forward. You're free.
I'm afraid of these dice. This is the digital roller. I'm afraid that it's just going to give me like all the ones again. I got a 2 and a 3 in there. Okay, so what are you going to do to my poor, defenseless, innocent town?
Moss is gonna rock back on heels and look up at Benjamin, I guess.
Ben looks at Moss and just kind of looks flabbergasted again. What exactly are you hoping to accomplish?
Like I said, I like proving to myself that no one else is any better than me. And
And
it seemed like that might get her to stop.
he kind of looks over at Simon and he doesn't say the question out loud, but it's on his face. I can't talk. It's in his expression.
Simon's just staring at Autumn, just kind of standing there, and got his lighter in one hand that he's clicking open and closed. He doesn't say anything though.
One thing you notice as this fire damage gets worse is it's getting colder out. Just a footnote.
Dare say you're the one with the goal here, Ben.
Yeah, I was. And he almost sounds a little bit defeated.
Moss smiles. 2 for 1, it seems. Are we going to
Weren't you
forget
the
this
one
town
who
ever? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Russ.
Weren't you the one who suggested we get weapons?
I'm sorry, what?
Weren't you the one who suggested that we get weapons, Ben?
In case talking didn't work.
I think the time for talking is gone. Perhaps you should use what you've got there.
I suppose it probably looks like Autumn is just going to continue to burn.
Unless you let her get up and like put the flames out.
Ben kind of looks at Autumn and he pauses and he almost looks a little sad and he says, "I'm sorry." And he just stands up and starts to walk away from her. No more fire resistant duster.
So Autumn's going to try to get up. And I know that I've got Simon and Moss right there that are probably ready just to, start the flames again.
Right, is Simon going to do anything immediately?
As Ben starts to walk away, can Simon reach out and try to snag the revolver out of their holster?
There is a safety strap over
Mhm,
the
Sure.
and he does have his hand next to it, I will note.
Does Simon go for the revolver?
So
I'm going for it.
you are welcome to try.
I'm just not sure what the difficulty would be.
Let's see. To rolling against each other.
Well, you're going to say that as this is going on, Moss is just going to sort of casually lay Bo's boot on Autumn's neck and push her down and hold her boot on Autumn's neck to keep her down. Cue the Daria theme song.
God.
I'm going to try to resist that, but come on, dice.
We also have to figure out if Simon gets the gun. That's important.
Right. And you said that Ben's hand is right next to the safety strap.
It's right next to the revolver, like he's ready to pull it. But there is a safety strap over the grip and button closed.
Okay, so this would be this seems like it would be
I mean,
clumsiness.
let's see, we can do a contested clumsiness.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Contested clumsiness.
That'd
Let's
still
go.
be all 3 dice, right?
Yeah, you roll all 3 dice, and
Okay.
and you get a point for every success. So that's my clumsiness is 2, so that's 3 successes.
My clumsiness is 3, and I got 3 successes.
Okay,
uh,
so either you could resolve it verbally or roll again. I think I just came up with that.
So, would it matter at all with what Ben was about to do with his hand next to that revolver?
What was he going to do?
He was going to use it.
so okay, because technically Ben would be the defender in this case, so Ben
Not
would
on
win.
Simon.
No, I know. So I'm offering a outcome. So Simon tries to reach for it, only to get stopped by Ben, and then there's a moment where he just stops there with Ben's hand on his wrist. He looks at him, and then Ben pulls and goes to do whatever they were doing.
Yeah. Uh, Ben has burn scars all down his right side. He's seen this before. He knows that Moss and Simon are not going to stop, and he's not going to get them to stop. And this is awful, and he just wants to end it. So he whips around, pulls the revolver out, and points it at Autumn and pulls the trigger.
If Autumn is being held on the ground with my boot.
He
Mm-hmm.
is a very good shot. He's very practiced.
But you still have to roll it.
I will roll it. What do I need to roll?
Let's see. Wait, that's the. Let me look at this.
And there's this expression of just sort of grim resolve on his face.
Well, at least you're not shooting a friend this time.
Yeah, that was a crit fail. That was.
Goodness, this card. I guess it would be clumsiness.
Uh,
But you know,
easy, medium, or hard with all his practice at the range
it
and the
would be.
fact.
I think it would be easy because the target is still, and yeah, you have a stationary target, so you just have to aim and fire. and roll badly.
Roll badly.
I'm so sorry. My modem had a little hiccup. I'm back now. It always picks the best moments.
Always the
Uh,
best.
Always the
said-
best.
I said
I'm
you have a
sorry.
sta-
I was just asking, would it be an easy medium or hard roll?
It's going to be easy because you have a stationary target.
Okay.
So just aim and roll badly.
Well, I have a clumsiness of 3 and I got a 1, 3, and 5.
Okay. So
So success.
yeah.
He does not look remotely happy about this.
So when the shot does hit, um, I'm going to say the town does become ruins. Um, she's not dead, but you're pretty close to it right now.
As the echoes reverberate across the townscape, the semi-automatic pistol that Moss had grabbed out of the armory lands and slides in the dirt to like lightly taps Simon's foot. It's on the ground in front of Simon.
He'll pick it up and he's kind of looking at it like, looks at Moss like, walk over and he's going to kneel down right by Autumn and just kind of place it like right over her chest where her heart would be. And I hate guns. And pull the trigger.
That was point blank, so I'm not going to make you.
And just to put it on even more, at that point, Moss puts all of Bo's weight on Bo's foot. Suddenly.
Yeah. So the the town is in complete ruins now. You all have succeeded in defeating my poor monster.
Ben
Just
is not watching. He's turned his back. He's walking back toward the boat.
Ben, you see Madison just not just watching you all.
Take it you know how it feels now too, huh, Ben?
Ben doesn't say anything. He just raises one hand with his middle finger up and continues toward the boat.
For what it's worth, I agree.
You and I don't agree about shit.
Other than that, I'm a bad person.
Not sure we totally agree about that either.
Nice to know someone thinks I have a redeeming quality.
So the town is, like I said, you could tell that there was a really bad battle there. Um, are you going back to the boat?
I'm
I'm
just
also
sit
going to
down.
watch Simon.
Simon's going to sit down and kind of throw the gun away. And he's just sitting there watching the town around them. I suppose all the fire is gone now. Everything is just ruined.
Yeah, the town was basically ransacked and burned to the ground. So that you've seen no remains of that.
And pulls off his glasses and starts trying to clean them on his shirt, which his shirt is not clean either. But You suppose this is what it looked like before?
Moss is gonna. Are there any bits of the town that are still burning? Like a little tiny flame somewhere?
Um, yeah, there could be some stuff still smoldering.
So Moss is gonna pull out a pack of cigarettes, take out two, walk over to one of those little smoldering bits, light both cigarettes at once off of the smolder, walk back, sit down next to Simon, pull out the two cigarettes, grab one, hand it to Simon,
Take it.
and say, in some sense, I suppose so. Probably even the day it was built.
No, it was a nice town for a little while. This is Madison talking.
Just like the high that killed you was nice for a little while, huh?
Correct. You said who killed me?
I was referencing that Maddie died of an overdose. So I said the high, just like the high that killed you was nice for a while, huh?
Not really. I wasn't planning on dying.
No one ever does.
It gets kind of it gets kind of tiresome after a while of dying. Yeah, but the mayor's house was really nice. There was a little picnic area. There was a gazebo. The stores used to be um, bustling with customers. It, it was a really nice town.
I think the thing would be better if someone just plowed it all under.
No, it wouldn't. It would just be continuing the problem. Wonder if that'd bring her back.
I mean, there's a way to stop her from coming back completely. But then I'm afraid y'all will shoot me.
For telling us?
No, so that I don't turn super evil and mean.
No, when you are trash, and when you live in trash, you learn a few things about trash. One of those things you learn is that trash has its own life cycle, breaks down, it degrades, breaks into ever smaller pieces, worms eat what they can. And over time, at different rates, all trash just becomes dirt again. And then things grow from that dirt. And then people can eat those things or enjoy the smell of them or the look of them. Or cut them down for wood to build. I don't know. What do you build with wood? Lincoln logs or something. I don't know.
Bookcases.
Home.
Bookcases, homes. All that stuff was trash once. Just let it sit for a long time. Eventually, it becomes food for other stuff.
Moss, you really should be nicer to yourself.
Can you say that again, Jenny? I didn't quite hear it.
That um, Madison says, Moss, you really should be nicer to yourself. You're a much better person than you think you are.
You're a good liar. I almost believed you.
I brought my best friend here to save you.
Talking about him.
Ben, yeah.
I'd say sorry, but I know what I am.
I would conjecture that none of us really know who we are, and that the perception of others is just as valid as our own perception of ourselves, if often more clear. And I would say the fact that you understand your sins makes you a better person than some others. That's just my opinion.
Just look off into this distance for a while and then just pull out this pack of cigarettes and turn to Simon and go, "Want another one?"
No, one is sufficient, thank you. Not much of a partaker, I suppose.
I'll give you without a roll that is the closest you're ever going to get Moss to saying you're right.
Is Ben already back on the boat?
Yes, he has retreated from the company of the others.
Okay. Madison's going to look for Ben and then realize that he's not there. And she was going to, she's going to look a little bit lost for a moment. And then it's like, what could we put here instead so that she doesn't have anything to come back to? Something
Return
nice.
it to nature. Trees, grasses, that sort of thing. Let it all be plowed under and
Well, we can't forget what happened here, but we can't stay negative.
Mm.
I'm going to go
That
get Ben.
moment when you want to say something but your character wouldn't say it. So
I
Moss is
will.
just looking at Simon.
if you feel like this should be remembered, then it can be written down.
Are you going to write it down? Can you do that?
Can. I suppose out of all of us, I'm probably the most suited for it. I'll have to do research. But perhaps if the story of this place exists, then perhaps some of that power will be leached away
I
if
think
the
so.
truth is there. On the other hand, I did have a bus full of students that are apparently now gone. So the odds of my being able to write anything before I'm locked away for the rest of my very short life are next to none.
You know what, Simon? You won't take my cigarette.
Just
Then I'll just tell them I did it. You were the hero that tried to stop me. And then you can write
Sure.
the true story.
I'm not certain what sort of story we could even possibly concoct to explain the disappearance of an entire school bus full of college students.
I was one of those students.
You're a ghost.
Yeah, for now. They don't exist.
What doesn't exist?
The students.
You're confusing me again.
They were all of those students were from Autumn.
So, so none of this trip that none of that was actually real. Been manipulated since even before we came to town.
Yes. Sheila set up the trip. We were on the road. I tried to get us lost several times. Tried to steer us away. And somehow we still ended up here.
Lord.
I grew up with all of those, except for Sheila. All of them, even though they're just, they're not, they shouldn't actually exist. But they do somehow. They were all at the school.
It's like one of those Russian nesting dolls.
Yeah.
Every time you open it, there's more bullshit.
Like if you talk to Ben, would have recognized at least three of them. Two of them. No, three. And he knew Cecilia. But that's another um I can deal with that myself. Don't worry about it.
Feel like just need to get out of here.
Yeah.
Where is here, by the way? Geographically.
Um Southeastern United States. That boundaries have changed since it's either Kentucky, Virginia, or North Carolina or South Carolina.
Well, at least it ain't Alabama.
Well, no, it was all once. It's the states all the boundaries all changed for the states.
Right, yes, yes. Well then. Is there a real town nearby where I could at least catch a bus? A real bus.
Yeah, you want
Is
the
the
boat?
boat still nearby?
Yeah, it's still there.
So Moss will point out Ben has that boat.
You mean the illogical, bigger on the inside shouldn't be running around in the middle of the land boat.
That can go anywhere
I think I've
and
had
doesn't
just
cost
about
you any
enough.
money.
I think I've had just about enough illogical insanity to last me for a lifetime. Getting on that boat is not high on my list of wants at the moment.
But quick question for you, Ben. Are
Yes.
you looking at the boat at all? Like at the outside at all?
Yeah. While he's waiting, he figures he might as well give it a once over.
Okay. So while the stars are in the correct place right now, you're still missing a couple.
Is there any significance to the particular stars that are missing?
No, I didn't write a significance. I just
Okay.
said a couple are missing.
Okay.
Sorry.
I love when I'm game mastering and I have to say stuff like that, and it makes me
No,
laugh so hard.
Like,
it's yeah,
is
it's
there?
I have to ask because NASA.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he kind of squints up at the sky and because sus. Um, and he looks around at, well, what's left of the town to see if there's any sign of life anywhere other than Moss and Simon and,
Okay.
well, D kind of.
I mean, it was already kind of a burnt wasteland. It's it's snowy. It's dark.
He does find it very strange that it's snowing, but he can see the stars.
Yeah. I said,
Is
yeah,
it s-
it's not
is
supposed
it
to.
snow or ashes?
It's snow.
Okay, just making sure. He kind of looks over to where Moss and Simon are. Hey, you two want the fuck out of here or not?
Moss will throw the cigarette still lit and burning. It's down to the filter off to the side and walk towards the boat. Sure. Where are you going?
He kind of glances at D and goes, "That goes for you as well. Although I don't think you need my help to get out of here. I'm assuming you're welcome to join us, though."
She's gonna look over at the ruins of the town, um, and at the no longer smoldering autumn, and get on the boat.
Yeah,
Not
Ben.
physically climb onto the boat, and not just blink herself over.
Yep, Ben does reach to give each of them a hand up.
Moss takes it, lets you pull Bim in.
Simon will walk over. Just please tell me that this will actually take me home and not into some new god's forsaken nightmare.
It will take you home.
So I think I've had about enough of my real self as I can take
Oh,
for a while.
give me
It
an
will,
address. Put it in the console.
Climb in and
when you help Dee in, her arm is solid.
Ben helps her up, but once she's in the boat, he does kind of pause and double take before walking into the cabin. Is there anything different about Dee other than her being solid again?
Um, not very different. Um, yeah, not very different.
Okay.
But your suspicions are probably correct.
Oh no. Oh. All
The,
right. Well, let's get the hell out of here.
yeah, the three of you should go home and be safe and done with this. You never have to, other than writing the book, deal with it again.
Well, for one, will be quite happy to never see any of you again. No offense.
None taken.
Since you said it, I'm going to do something funny. I'm going to say there's a TV in there and it's on, and there, you just see Brother Jody's face on the TV.
Ben picks up an empty coffee mug and throws it at the TV as hard as he can.
He's not going to show up on any more TVs, right?
If I
I have
believed
no
in
idea.
hell, I'd think he was there, but who knows?
Yeah, well, Stardust and all that.
No, none of you will ever have to deal with this again. I'll make sure of it. 100% this time, Ben. I promise. I know I promised before, but I don't know why you keep getting drawn in, Ben. It just keeps happening. It's like something's controlling you to make you keep coming back.
Yeah,
It's not
two incredibly willful, stubborn people. Yeah, who are one of them a huge menace. Just
it's like they want us to suffer.
yeah.
Sometimes when I'm really high, I get the sense that my actions are being dictated by somebody in a different world entirely, deciding things by rolling dice, of all things.
Yeah, that's the part of my brain that's telling me that you never have to deal with this again unless, well, if I have anything to do with it, unless something. I can't promise 100%.
Ben kind of sighs. Well, it's time to read the demon haunted world for the 38th time. And he kind of pauses to count in his head. Yeah, 38. Um, and yeah, wherever Simon and Moss want to go.
Not that I can
Moss
remember the
doesn't
name of
have
the town
a.
we started in, but
Sorry, I was accidentally speaking over you. Go ahead, please.
oh, I just said I don't even remember the name of the town we started from. So.
August Ridge.
Oh, wow, that was quick, Janie. Okay.
I know, right? Damn. We went from August into autumn.
Well, yeah.
Hmm.
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 Hmm. Moss doesn't have a destination. Moss is just like, drop me off wherever you want.
Well, in August Ridge, it's snowing heavily.
It wasn't winter when we left, right?
No, it was autumn.
That's what I thought.
But autumn's gone. You killed autumn. It's winter.
Winter has come.
That's what Madison even said. She said, autumn's dead. It's winter.
That seems far more esoteric than my brain is
You're fine. Everything is fine.
capable of handling at the moment.
Everything is fine. You're fine. You won't have to deal with this again.
Ben is going to send both Liz and Dawn a text asking how long he was gone.
Not very long, just a day.
Okay, because time is weird.
No, snowing
And they're,
though.
huh?
It's snowing.
Yeah. But there were points where he was gone for a day, but he was actually gone for months.
Yeah.
So
No, I promise the three of you, you don't have to deal with this if I have anything to do with it.
You
You're fine. Just go back to your lives.
you understand, Maddie, that the fact that you said that 4 times now does not exactly inspire confidence.
You won.
yeah, it
Don't you
doesn't
Yeah.
feel like it.
you could defeated the evil. You should feel victorious.
You know what? I will not say it's been a pleasure knowing you, because it is not. But at least in the end, it worked out somewhat favorably. So I will say that good luck to all of you in the future. And I hope you all get better than you deserve. And he will leave.
As you leave, the pack of cigarettes will like land right in front of you as they've been thrown off the boat.
Just kind of pick it up, hold it up over one shoulder, and keep walking as he tucks it in his pocket.
At some point, you will get a package full of like just documents and papers and things from the town of Autumn. Not the evil. You know the history document, right?
God, now she's mailing me!
Oh no, she's a junk mailer.
I don't want to be your pen pal!
I do not want to talk about my car warranty.
Moss, what are you doing? Anything dropped up?
Ben, where do you drop off Moss? Moss really doesn't care.
Ben kind of looks at Vehement and goes, "Just could you fucking pick a place, please?" And he just sounds and looks exasperated and done and exhausted.
Fine. Walks up to the console and just kind of slaps Bo's hand on the console. They hit a button. And I'm gonna say, just because Timberdoodles liked it, hits the Australia button.
Does it still go to Kylie Minogue's vacation
Yes.
cabin? Yeah,
Yes.
like yes.
Yeah.
Well, last time we were here, there was a mountain of cocaine. Don't
Perfect.
know if it's still there.
Yes.
Won't be for much longer. And those are my last words as I walk off the boat.
Dee was right, you know.
Stops. Simon? B's asking. You said he was right, and so B was asking if you meant Simon.
Nice. Ben said Dee was right.
Oh, D. Sorry, I misheard. So it just stops, turns the head So the ear is pointed at you to indicate that B's listening.
Yeah.
You are better than you think. Take it from a fellow asshole.
Long beat. If that's true, if that's true, I have to actually look at what I did to her.
Yeah. It it sucks. And he kind of
Look,
gives him a
good.
nod. Gives Bim a nod.
We'll turn and look at you. Kind of get a rueful smile to sort of the ghost of the joking grin that bees sometimes have. And we'll say, if I was a good person, wouldn't I feel good about it?
Nah, it's not that easy. It's never that easy. And Ben kind of gives Moss another nod and a little salute for ducking back into the boat.
Moss will turn and walk down the rest of the way and disappear into Kylie Minogue's mountain of cocaine.
Ben, can you take me to California, please?
Ben kind of hesitates a little bit. Does he still have a heart of the ocean
Yeah.
from he kind of reaches for it in his pocket and chuckles a little bit. Hey D, how many years has it been again?
It's been 84 years. Is that what she says? 84?
It
I'm
is.
trying to remember the year the Titanic sunk.
It it is in the movie. That is what she says.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been 84 years.
He still hesitates a little, but there's somewhere specific in California because it's a little big.
Uh, Island called North Shores.
He does quickly look up North Shores to see if there's anything, important there.
No, it's just an island town, but something important will be there.
Yeah, that's what I'm that's what I'm worried about, and that's kind of what he's worried about too.
Yeah.
Again, he kind of looks back at her over his shoulder. Oh, got big plans as he's entering everything into the console.
Well, you save the world from your missiles with your weapons. I'll be working on stuff over here.
Trust me, I was really hoping we wouldn't have to pull a trigger. Didn't want to.
Uh, Well, it works, right?
No, not always.
Yeah.
Would prefer
But
not to, honestly.
just take care of the kids and tell tell them and Liz I don't know if I'll see them again.
He gives her a little nod and presses the ignition, as it were, to get him sent that way.
And she will step out of the out um and it's just a sunny island, but she will wave Ben off. She'll wave as Ben leaves.
He waves back, but he, again, just has this kind of tense little smile on his face, this grim exhaustion.
Yeah, how many times has Ben been through this?
I think 3 now? If you
Okay.
don't count all the little mini trips back?
So does Ben go right home or does he do anything else?
He's probably gonna go right home.
Okay. Even though he lives in Texas, it's snowing because I'm evil.
It does where he lives, but only in winter, usually only in wintertime.
Right, it's not winter time there yet, so but it's snowing.
Yeah, he is suspecting that the cycle begins again.
I mean, autumn's already gone, so who knows? But he's fine. Ben is fine.
He was quote unquote fine the last couple of times too.
Yeah,
He's heard this promise before.
yeah, but supposedly he never has to come back again.
Supposedly.
Well, supposedly none of you have to come back again.
Yeah,
I mean,
he doesn't really feel like it's a victory, but he'll take, being back home with whatever however long period of stability he can have.
so you're all scattered. You've all won. Great job. You did it.
Only brother Jody died.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Only the character whose player was begging for the character to die for months.
And it's snowing. Winter's come a little early. It's okay. It's fine.
Right. I'm sure we won't have to deal with the ramifications of that in the next
Of course
stream.
not. Of course
No,
not.
y'all are fine. You can watch the world burn around you, but you're fine.
Moss been doing that for a while now.
Well, I don't know what Moss is going to be watching. Sorry. Yeah,
I mean, all kinds of entertainment. So Kylie Minogue's Pleasure Palace.
Until
Yeah, there's a re
someone
there's
finds it
a
there.
recording studio downstairs, and
oh goodness, what did we do?
there used to be a hell cavern down there. I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
if
there
there
was
still is.
no. We sealed that up.
Yeah, that's true, we did.
So I want to say a camera pans out, and you can see a very very slow wave of snow like spreading out from where autumn was, where the town was. Like I guess it would be more like a circle of snow just spreading every slowly, but yeah, winter is coming everywhere. And the three of you are safe. Like there's a sign. I'm gonna be really mad with this. There's a sign outside wherever you're staying that says safe.
Has anybody kept account of how many times we've been told we're safe in this
A
section?
lot.
Far more than is comfortable. It has the opposite effect.
Uh, Autumn is over now. It's gone. Goodbye.
Bye.
And I guess we start signing out.
I will.
It's over. Didn't feel convincing at all.
This is twice now that Ben actually didn't want to shoot the big bad. The dude with the huge revolver didn't want to shoot the big bad.
This is the worst victory ever, isn't it?
What was that?
The worst victory ever.
Of course it was.
Yeah, Ben here like, thanks, I hate it.
But y'all won.
Moss almost at some point somebody said that there was a victory and you should be happy there's a victory. And Moss was like, whenever I have a victory, it's never happy.
It's just, all the characters have these like 1,000-yard stares all the time now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You never look
Yeah.
at pumpkin spice the same again. Okay, so who's going to start us off with these outros, these final outros?
Sure, why not? Hi, I'm Rise, aka Sean, depending on whoever's talking at the time. Normally you can find me mostly over on Lost Caravan. That's where I do most of my streams, but I also do stuff here on Singularity, on Nerds with Dice, all various other places. What do I got coming up? I got a lot coming up this month. Or next month mostly. I got one more this month on the 27th. We're going to be playing Demigods over on Lost Caravan. That's going to be super fun. It's very, if you like Percy Jackson, that kind of stuff, it's very, these are the children of the gods, and this is the kind of crazy crap they get up to on Earth. After that, say I got Pathfinder on the 7th. Monster Care Squad on the 9th, both on Lost Caravan, and that's all part of we're doing a charity week for it's a nature charity, and I can't remember off the top of my head what it's for.
I can't remember
Anybody else
either.
remember?
I'm looking.
Does anybody else remember
see if
which
I can
charity
find it.
exactly it was? But yeah, so that's the 7th and the 9th. That whole week is going to be charity streams. It's going to be really cool. On the 12th, also on West Caravan, is going to be part 2 of our Hunting of Duncan Hill, which was a game written and designed by my friend Danny, and we're going to be doing that on Lost Caravan because we absolutely did terrible things and broke the game the first time we did it. So we'll see if we do similar. On the 25th, we got a Fabula Ultima game, and also coming up on see if I can figure out which day it is. So not the 21st. I think the 17th, I believe, over on RPGs Uncovered, we're starting our Lancer campaign, the Starfire Conflict. That's going to be like a really long, like level 0 to all the way to the max campaign. That's going to be super fun, super cool. I'm really excited about that. So that's where you can generally find me, or you can find me on Blue Sky. under Rise if you care, because I don't really post much, so I mostly just look at other people's stuff, but it's fine. But yeah, so that's me. Thanks for coming out. We appreciate it.
Okay. Next, Emily, why don't you go next?
There are
Uh,
two Emilys, or there's
yeah.
an Emily and an M. One or the other.
Right. You decided to trick me with
Wait, is that
Emily.
another name you go by?
Emily, it's the one I gave at the beginning of the session. Emily Loretta.
that's-
Did you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Totally missed that.
M, can you go, please?
Me?
Yes, you. EM.
Okay. Yeah, I'm M. I'm at Timberdoodles on Twitter. I am a digital artist and I write. I write for a collaborative writing project that's getting turned into a webcomic, Neon Devils. I write Ben, uh, and a few other characters. It's a near future sci-fi urban fantasy. Um, little dystopic. It's a lot of fun. Uh, but yeah, mostly I'm a digital artist and I complain a lot. So, but yeah, I'm at Timberdoodles on Twitter. Uh, that's all I have going on as far as projects. But thank you so much for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for coming back for this.
I guess that means it's my turn now. By the way, my date friend messaged me and was like, I want to play a game with Timberdoodles sometimes. They're amazing. So,
Oh my gosh.
just saying.
Thank you.
Just saying. Hi, everybody. I have 19 names, enough that I can flummox Janie and get Rise to yell at me and take his glasses off. Another of my names is Seven Monkey. Another set of my pronouns is Fae Femme Fear. I am an aspiring TTRPG personality. I have the TTRPG, I have the personality. I'm just trying to put them together. You can find all of my social medias at, because they all have different names, because I'm from the 90s and I hate branding. So the link tree will give you links to all of them, and that's at linktr.ee/QUEERMYTHOPOEIA. Queer, that's linktree/queer mythopoeia, because I'm the kind of nerd who really likes using words that Tolkien made up. But not the words in the language he made up, but anyway. You can also find my Patreon in my link tree amongst all the other stuff. Be rad if you wanted to give a donation, because I am literally on welfare. You can also hire me on Start Playing, which you can find a link to on that link tree. I'm a professional game master specializing in kink culture centering TTRPG campaigns. Currently, I have nothing on my profile, but I will, as soon as they let me, post something for my kink culture centering Mage the Awakening game called Sophia in Chains. The safe word is Paradox. And I'm hoping to also post soon an In Nomine campaign that's kind of a like touched by an angel vibes, only kink. In terms of streaming, you can see me next, I think, if this is how calendars work, on March 3rd for Wild Week on Lost Caravan, playing the game of Decay and Bloom. And Rise, I looked it up. The charity we are raising money for is called Rewild. It is an organization that protects and rewilds vulnerable and irreplaceable ecosystems. That's what we're raising money for. And then at some point soon, we had to delay the start, but at some point soon, I will be running a game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians over on Enchanting Sorcery Productions, following a group of magical girls who have to come back together after they graduated and have to rebuild their friendship in order to defeat their strangely now person enemies. And I'm also in Broken Neon here on Singularity, which was yesterday. So you can see that in a month. That's, I think, everything I have currently. If you're casting for things, you should cast me, because I'm awesome.
I still think the safe word is Paradox is like one of the best taglines, just so you know. I love
Thank
it.
you. That one I technically didn't make it up. It is a common saying amongst a canon group of mages that use kink to power their magic.
And that leaves me. And after I do my outro, I'm going to do one more thing, and then we're all done with Autumn forever. I'm Janie. I came up with this. Thank y'all for sticking with me for this long throughout the whole thing. I hope you have fun. Um, I have this week, I'm on Singularity for a Heart of Darkness. That's Thursday, I believe.
Is that this
Is it
week?
Thursday? Is it Thursday?
I will have to check with Meg because I don't have it on my calendar.
Okay. And Saturday I play at a D&D camp. Oh, I got King's Gambit Saturday, where I play someone that everybody refers to as Mary. Um, she also has a lot of names, and I don't know what else I have. I have other stuff that I play too.